Charles Barkley at the... Look at that.
Utah 1-10. Road record in the playoffs.
Serves them right.
Screw the Utah.
Okay, wait, so I'm going to fast forward again. No! No!
How do you fast forward?
That? What does it do that, Justin? I don't know why it does that. Why does it do that? What is going on, everyone? You are listening to The Summit State of Mind, the podcast of dream shakes and stepbacks, and everything Houston Rockets, presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network. I am your host, your Commissioner Kenny, and of course with me as always is my brother, my tag team partner, the GM Justin. Follow the GM Justin on Twitter at JP_Mirabueno. Follow myself on Twitter at Summit Commish. Follow our show and podcast, Summit State of Mind, at Summit SOM Pod. Follow the team, the crew, the podcast network that supports us at Apollo HOU, and follow our personal team at Apollo NBA. GM, we have a huge show in store for y'all today. It's been a little over a month since we've done a proper run it back, but the GM literally texted me today and was like, "Hey, let's run it back." Okay.
Yeah, man, I felt like running backwards cautiously. You know, had to do some cardio, so we are here doing that.
I don't think people realize how hard it is to run backwards. Like, that's an art.
It is. I've seen a lot of people do it on a treadmill or on the Stairmaster, but it's quite tough.
Oh, they go like that, right?
If we're gonna be honest
they go like
with
that.
You. Yeah, they gotta find ways to make balance. You know what I mean?
I guess that's one way you can do it.
But that's not why we're here. We are here
to talk Stairmaster.
Jesus.
No? Okay.
Sorry. Excuse me.
I apologize. What are we here to do?
We are here to watch Game 4 of the 1997 Western Conference Finals of the Houston Rockets, led by Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, and two of the other Big Three members, Clyde Drexler and Charles Barkley, against the 1997 NBA MVP Karl Malone, the NBA career assist leader and biggest cheater John Stockton, and former Houston Rocket assistant coach who was recently fired, Jeff Hornacek.
Horny, you realize that for this occasion I did dress accordingly. I wanted to dress accordingly.
Well,
even though this isn't even Kenny Smith. I don't think Kenny Smith.
No, he was not a member of the
anymore.
Rockets of the '97 team. He became a free agent and signed with Denver that year.
I'm wearing his jersey. I think it's the only jersey I have from this era. So I just wanted to be proper and correct.
Maybe not. But
not.
I will say this.
Huh.
It's still a nice jersey.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say that
I
too.
completely agree with it, you know?
I just wanted to wear something nice and proper for the occasion, so this is why I'm wearing it. So we're going to go into the game in just a minute, but I want to take this first segment just to kind of talk about, 5 days away from Media Day. GM, we talked about it last episode. I just kind of want to touch on it before we go into it. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's happening. Big days are coming upon us, and we're just inching closer and closer to the season, and with that in mind, what have you been feeling in terms of getting ready for Media Day, and now that we're kind of like 5 days away, a little under a week, how does it feel knowing that we're we're so close, man? I'm so excited.
Honestly, it hasn't hit me.
Really?
If I'm being transparent, I haven't really had a chance to really think about it too much, but I'm very excited about Media Day. I'm excited to see all these guys in uniform. I'm excited to see promo photos. I'm excited to hear interviews of everybody, and I'm sure they'll be at the Post Oak Hotel where they usually do Media Day, but I don't remember. Either that or Toyota Center, and then they're off to Lake Charles for the beginning of training camp. It's going to be nice. I'm very excited, and I just can't wait to hear the interviews, especially of a guy like Alperen Şengün, and hearing his English improve. The man's a funny guy. His humor is similar to a Yao Ming, I would say. Excited to hear about Jalen Green, put in some muscle over the offseason, Kevin Porter Jr., and of course, the Rockets' biggest acquisition this year, Kenny's son, Jabari Smith Jr. Just excited for everything, and it's going to be great. Very fun stuff ahead, and we're just excited to be here to help cover that. We're here to be an outlet for the Rockets, and we're excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're tapped in to everything in regards to media day, everything in regards to training camp, and ultimately what's going to lead into the preseason. We're going to be the Rockets news outlet. If you guys continue follow us, there's a lot of great content creators out there in terms of making Rockets content, but if you have stuck with us from the beginning, you're going to continue to pay off for yourself, because we are going to continue to pump out the content. Once media day gets rolling and up and over, we'll definitely be recording that night, and then we're going to be continuing to record on from training camp, and then ultimately what's leading into, like we said earlier, the preseason, as well as some fun content that we have in store for y'all. Little tease once again, bonus tease. We got some fun stuff in store for y'all for there, so we're just excited to kind of continue to pump out the content, and just excited for Rocket season. I'm so... It's been so long, like this off season. I don't know why. Like, it didn't feel like it went fast. Like, this off season, I don't know. It felt like it dragged for me. Like,
yeah, it felt a little slow. There was a lot of
well, we weren't gonna get anybody. Like, once the draft was over, that was that. Like, we were not going into free agency. No Chris Paul.
Yeah, the only news we were expecting was what?
Jayshawn Tate.
No, trading Eric Gordon. That did not happen.
Yeah, the possibility of trading Eric Gordon, but that wasn't going to happen. If it wasn't going to happen draft night, it wasn't going to happen throughout any course of the season. And Eric Gordon's still a Rocket from here on in. It's year 7.
Mm-hmm. Can
you believe that Eric Gordon is officially 1 year away from James Harden's entire tenure, which was 8 years?
Wow.
As a Rocket. So just shout outs to Eric Gordon. Shout outs to you. You've earned it, my man. So... I realize if you guys are looking around for our video files out there, if you're watching us on the beautiful screen of YouTube, how you doing? It's good to see y'all.
What up?
If you're listening to us, good to see y'all on either Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get.
Hey, you keep your eyes on the road, or keep doing your job.
That was so serious. Okay. Well, for our video files out there, you realize like I'm wearing a Rockets jersey. Justin's rocking Apollo, H9 versus everyone, but we don't really have any Rocket stuff. So I decided, we need to spruce up the joint just slightly. So I wanted to bring a friend to the show, and I did. And I brought a very special Jalen Green bobblehead with the City Edition jersey, the number 0. And then if you look under, fun fact, GM, this bobblehead was one of 221. So when this bobblehead dropped, I dropped the pre-order for it. They actually messed up. So fun fact, they actually messed up my order. They charged me twice, double, and they refunded everything and they gave it to me for free.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I got a hookup. So shout outs to you, Foco. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
so
that's I had no idea that happened. That's awesome.
Yeah, they hooked it up one time for you boys. So yeah, so Jalen Green's with us, and this is going to be our good luck charm actually throughout the season. We're going to find ways to kind of plug him in at the moment. So this is actually very exciting. This is very fun, and it's such a detailed and nice bobblehead. So just a little something for y'all. So we're going to put him behind us. GM, will you do the honors of putting him behind? Right, maybe like dead. No, maybe like right here. Maybe put him right there.
We got to give Jalen a good view of the game.
Yeah. He has to study. He has to study from the legends.
The guy is trying to bring us to a title. So now it's his time to study, do some research, and see what it's like to, be a champion.
But this team didn't win a championship.
This team did not win a championship, but a few players on this roster did win a championship. So we'll say that.
All right, so let's actually dive into it right now. GM, you already started talking about this game. Let's hop in the DeLorean. Let's take everyone back to 1997. What was the mindset going into this year? Let's just give a brief synopsis before we enter this game.
Yeah.
Game 4, obviously, against the Utah Jazz. What was kind of the mindset going into this year? Charles Barkley obviously becomes a Rocket, which was huge for us. But kind of give everybody that little time capsule of what was happening this year in particular and how far the Rockets were looking to go.
Well, let's start it off with what happened in 1996. So in 1996, in the NBA playoffs, the Rockets were swept in the second round by the Seattle Supersonics, who were the Supersonics at that point. And that was a team that gave us trouble for many years, 1987, 1993, and then 1996. They played a faux zone defense on Hakeem, which at that point in time was illegal. And so the Rockets decided to trade 3 of some of our favorite players on this squad. Robert Ory, Sam Cassell, some guy named Mark Bryant. Actually, I remember Mark Bryant very well.
Okay.
And a personal friend of the Summit, Chucky Brown, which was very unfortunate, and they traded them for Charles Barkley. And at that point, when I was a young kid, I was excited because, Charles Barkley was a stud. As I got older, I kind of understood the role of role players and how it affected us. Sam Cassell was my favorite player at that point in time, so it still hurt, but I was hoping that we could win again. And it started out really well. The Rockets started out 22-1 in the first 23 games, and that was an incredible start by the team.
Wait, what was their record?
I think they finished.
No. What would they start?
22-1.
No way.
Yeah, they started 22-1.
What did we finish? How did we?
I think we were like 53-29 or something. I don't remember.
Wait, so you're telling me we go? Wait, 53-29.
We started out the season very hot.
We go 31-28 the rest of the way. Wow.
Probably because injuries happen. Hakeem's old. He is already having knee issues.
Clyde
is on his last final legs, and Charles Barkley was very motivated this year. But we had a starting point guard of Matt Maloney. We lost Eldridge Kazner for Matt Maloney, a good friend of the podcast as well.
Shameless plug.
Mario Ellie was still there.
Yeah.
And we acquired other guys that could step in, like a Kevin Willis, who proved to be a huge help for this team. I mean, we beat the Chicago Bulls, the defending champ Chicago Bulls, in Houston that year. And I think it was our only win during their three-peat years. Even though we went 5-1 in 1991 to 1993, we went 1-5 in 96-98. So, But overall, we were very excited about this team. Utah was very scary. We didn't have much success against Utah during the regular season. We had success in prior years, but this year was very different. So, it was an uphill battle. And at this point in time, the Rockets were down in the series 2-1. We lost the first two games in Utah, and we won game 3 with like 38 points or something from Eddie Johnson. 31 or 38 points from Eddie Johnson in game 3. So, we were fighting an uphill battle. And the funny thing is, me and Kenny saw the beginning of the game, and it showed Utah's record away from home. They were 1-10, and Salt Lake City was a hard place to play in back in the day, difficult. Man. Extremely difficult, and it still is when the team is good.
Yeah,
they'll run you at the building.
Still is. And still just the most Look, I have nothing against the Mormon culture, man. My Mormon.
No,
peeps,
it's a religion. It's a religion. Let's get it right.
Yeah. Exactly. So I had nothing wrong against y'all. Y'all are cool. Y'all are my people. But at the same time, man, y'all can be quite a scandalous when you're there.
I would say I wouldn't completely say that everyone there is Mormon. There's a heavy population, but I'm just to say Salt Lake City citizens that attend Utah games are dickheads, straight up dickheads.
Well, there's been countless stories of fans just getting kicked out and like fans getting banned ultimately for life.
They're hardcore, man. They're not afraid to talk. Think about was it Marcus Jordan during
Game 6,
The Last Dance?
Yep,
was talking about
didn't want to go to Utah.
Their mom didn't let them.
Family didn't want them in Utah because they didn't want to deal with the
the
nonsense that was going to occur with the family. But
which is very smart.
I think. So you gave your perspective. My perspective was, and I'm sorry to say this, there really was no perspective on my part when I was 4 turning 5 at the time, barely getting my knees under me. Like I'm running around. I care more about.
He's a chocolate milk mustache and loves his peanut butter sandwiches.
Can we not? Peanut butter and what?
Ketchup. Kenny, as a kid, loved ketchup.
I ain't ashamed. That's how I rolled.
He tried it as an adult, and it was a big mistake.
Could not.
It was a big mistake.
So, bottom line, your moral of the story is 4-year-old Kenny was a savage. So, we're going here in 1997, and I'm at a, so I'm 4 turning 5. I care more about Power Ranger Zeo. Like that's where my, Gold Ranger Jason. That was my lane. My lane was not NBA, Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon. Defending champs, 2-time champions, trying to get a third. This was, for me, really a no. It was one of those times where I never fully invested myself into. And to this day, I've watched maybe games from the 97 year as a whole, maybe 2 or 3 times at most. And I've actually, fun fact, Jim, I've never watched Game 4 in its entirety.
That's unbelievable, and
so I'm excited.
I respect it. You're not
this is going to be great.
You have no idea what's going to happen. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, you know
yeah.
the end, but you
Yeah.
haven't seen anything that led up to the end.
So I think it's also, one, it's great for myself to see, and two, it's great for y'all because it's just great content. You get to see me kind of just see it firsthand while the GMs just kind of be like, all right, that's going to be a slip pass to a layup one time. Oh, that happened. Oh, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, I've watched a ton of this stuff from way back in the day, and I really enjoyed it. As a kid growing up, I rewatched a lot of this stuff. Full transparency, our father recorded a ton of games from like 1993 all the way through 1997, 98, and I would rewatch them as a teenager growing up, because I wanted to watch winning basketball. At that point in time, no offense, we loved Steve Francis, Cuttino Mobley, and those guys, but I always craved winners, and I didn't want to watch the modern NBA. I was in denial at that point in time. I did love Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, but I still watched the glory years of the Houston Rockets every summer.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But, as a teenager growing up, it's kind of like you crave that. And maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm one of a kind. Hey, guys, let us know if I was the only one who did it. But that's kind of how I would be. So I watched a ton of this stuff. If anyone has any questions in terms, like, around this time, I got you. So.
Well, I'm definitely was not like that. So you're one of one as of this moment. So we're gonna obviously not get into that right now. What we want to get into right here is the official run it back for the Rockets. Game 4, 1997 Western Conference Finals. Rockets versus the Jazz. Jazz are up 2-1 in this series. Rockets looking to tie the series and ultimately win the Western Conference Finals to have finally a date with the Chicago Bulls.
There you go.
We obviously know that is not going to take place, but we're rewinding to this time, this day, and we're going to find out if this Rockets team, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, is capable of beating the vaunted Utah Jazz with John Stockton and Karl Malone and ultimately even up the series. Jim, are you ready to watch?
Are you ready? Sorry, Triple H, but yeah, that wasn't good enough. But yes, I'm ready. Yeah.
For the video files, I was already doing it with you. I was good. I was with you. I was ready to ride. I was
I
this
don't
is the
have
bullet
all,
train.
I don't have
it.
all that dialogue. I'm sorry.
I'll gladly be Brad Pitt. Let's go, bullet train.
I appreciate
I'm on it.
that.
I'm on
I
the
feel
bullet
that
train.
love.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared, but
it's okay.
I'm ready to watch some 1997 Rockets playoff basketball.
All right, and just a quick disclaimer for everybody that is listening and or watching. If you're watching, we're already going to have the game up, so you're more than welcome to watch it with us. Then, once we press play, it'll be on. Actually, I'm going to put it on right about now. So, it should be on the screen somewhere. But
Here.
Yeah, somewhere.
No clue.
But if you're not watching, we will have the audio faintly in the background along with our audio and commentary as well. And you are welcome to join us. We are starting at the 41 minutes and 18-second mark of this video. And we are so excited. GM, let's get ready to get started here right about now. All right, so we're at the first half, GM. We're at the end of the first half, going into the third quarter here. We have a little interview ski action.
Look at Rudy T on being interviewed.
I'm trying to understand what Rudy T said. Rudy T was just, man, greatest Rockets coach of all time?
Absolutely.
Not even
100%
close, right?
Greatest coach of all time. Houston Rockets.
Here's the
yeah.
tougher question. Who's the second? Oh, think about that.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Think about that. While the game starts.
It has to be D'Antoni, but there's certainly a...
There'll be arguments going that way.
D'Antoni or Adelman.
Yeah.
Probably.
right.
Adelman did.
Start of the
that
third
roster.
quarter. Sorry, I don't mean
Hakeem
to cut you off.
immediately went with the fadeaway
Start
on
of the third
Ostertag.
quarter.
What was his name, Kenny? In Eddie?
Oh, man.
He just sucked
I don't
right a
remember
black
his name.
hole.
Yes. What's a hole? No, what's a hoe? So,
Not a hoe, it's a hole.
oh, man, a little floater
Man,
action.
Jeff Hornacek? Calm down.
Nice floater from Horny. Utah up 7, 55-48. GM.
We got Matt Maloney bringing up the ball. He's still getting paid by the Houston Rockets.
I can't believe we let 2 minutes pass by without even talking about that damn court.
I love this court.
That
I don't care what
court's pretty
anybody
cool.
says.
No, I
actually like
too.
it.
I'm not even hating. I'm giving it love. Great ball moving by the Rockets, by the way. I think it's a little float action.
Look at Mario Ellie.
Mario Ellie doing a little bit of everything. We saw him sink a couple threes in the first half before we jumped in on this. 55-50 with 11 left to play. GM, let's talk about the court.
Yeah, man. I mean, okay, so they changed the court from 1996 to 1997. In 1996, actually, the paint was, I think the paint was blue.
I told you it's beyond my time.
It was kind of crazy. It was really wacky. But that's like, honestly, I don't remember much of that 95-96 season, to be honest. But they adjusted the court for 1996-1997.
Yeah.
But yeah, the court itself is pretty dope, in my opinion. Back in the day, I wasn't a fan, but I will say this, that it's grown on me. But, you
it's
know,
so 90s.
They say that, yeah.
It's so 90s.
Super
I love
typical.
it. It's so 90s.
Look at the Milwaukee Bucks jerseys from the 90s, the Toronto Raptors, Vancouver Grizzlies before Memphis. There was so much.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty cool.
Leslie Alexander tried to capitalize on the fact that we had won 2 championships. And it's like, let's make a change. It wasn't smart. It was a bad idea. But I understand in the point of business and trying to make more money, and I get it. You know, it was not the best choice.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
Fade away. Charles Barkley. It was
on the MVP.
Post-repost action. Clyde to Charles, 55-52. Little fade ski.
His offense so slow.
It's so slow, and Utah took 2 long twos while you were talking about the
Watch
court.
this action. You see, like
it's so just.
If anyone saw that screen,
oh, great board, great box out by Hakeem.
John Stockton tried to get Matt Maloney on to Karl Malone, and Malone did not take advantage.
Nah, he should have.
Watch this. Like, see the same post action. They double team.
Oh, great!
And they left Clyde.
Wow, great feed, man. And Charles will never get enough credit for that, but he was actually a pretty good passer. Like, I heard he was a great passer out of the post. Like, he was good, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's why he was a Hall of Famer.
I mean, there's a reason why there's a game named after him.
And
Charles Barkley, Shut Up and Jam.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenny's favorite character, Spike.
Spike was my boy, dude, point guard.
You
but
know.
as John Stockton puts it in with Charles Barkley on him, I thought that was going to be an and one, but they did not get an and
Out of
one.
bounds. Was that a foul on Ostertag?
Call a foul on Ostertag. Now, granted, in the current NBA, that is a foul, just because Ostertag does put 2 hands on him when he makes the spin move. You can only put one hand while the other hand stays out. So if they're going based on that rule, if the rule stayed firm in the 90s as it does now, that is a foul. But I don't know. The 90s rules were so different at the time.
Yeah.
You know? 57-54, 9-10 left to play. GM, we're seeing a lot of slow-paced offenses. Hakeem does a just a little dream shake, elbow to elbow, with a little bit of a
Hakeem,
floater.
You know, Hakeem still looks great here.
He's a little slower though, huh?
He's a little older.
A little older.
3 years from his MVP season, but ooh.
Oh, no semicircle. No semicircle.
He tried to draw the charge.
Didn't get it. Which actually would have been a blocking foul if the semicircle was there. So 59-56.
Matt Maloney, I'm gonna say, had the easiest job in the world. Let's go, Mario.
For 3.
Ooh.
Oh, terrible miss. Missed on the left side of the rim. Barely grazed the cup. You know what, dude? I'll give it to you. Matt Maloney and Ray Alston, 2 point guards that had the easiest jobs in Rocket history. Ray Alston, all you had to do is inbound it to Yao Ming, get the ball to Tracy where he needs it.
Well, I would say any point guard that played with Hakeem certainly had the easiest job.
This is
just
true.
Dump him the ball. You know,
dump him the ball, get out of the way, or just be ready to shoot.
Exactly.
Or make that extra pass.
Yeah,
or make the hockey pass.
Like Eldridge said, you know, one time he took too many shots in a game, and Hakeem said, "No, pass me the ball, and I will find you." And if you follow that recipe, it'll work. And Eldridge was certainly a recipient
great pass
of all
by
that.
Stockton.
Ooh,
great pass. My goodness.
Great help coverage by Mario Ellie.
That was great help because that's a layup.
Yeah,
that's an easy layup.
Ostertag should have dunked it, but you know he's just old.
It's Greg Ostertag, dude. The dude literally just came fresh off of Eddie. We just talked about it. I think the movie did come out in 97, so he must have been
I don't
fresh
remember
off of
what
filming.
year it was, but he was great. He was great in that movie.
Yeah, 97, 98. He's fresh off of filming. The
Good
guy is
foul by
obviously
Mario,
a step
though.
slow. He's dehydrated. He's been too busy carrying the damn Knicks team, so it's obvious that he needs some hydration. Look, see, there you go.
8
right there.
points and 8.7 rebounds.
Who's doing it? I mean, for the audio people, whose stats are those?
Oh, Greg Ostertag. Sorry. I was just reading. I was dumbfounded. How is he having such good stats against the Rockets? But, I guess Hakeem and Charles have had
They
to
weren't
solely
looking-
focus on guarding Karl Malone.
Yeah, you give it up. You give it up. It's just similar to
Yeah.
you give up the points to Andre Roberson. You give up the points, to those guys that you feel like aren't going to score.
You let the weakest player beat you.
You let the weakest player beat you.
Sometimes you don't. It's not necessarily picking your poison, but it's just a matter of making a player step up and have a bigger role that may not be accustomed to having that
and that
bigger
they're not
role.
comfortable having.
Yeah, and see them
Exactly.
perform. And kudos to Greg Ostertag in the Western Conference Finals, man. That says a lot.
Yeah.
Post-repost again.
I
Charles
told you,
Barkley.
same thing, dude. Mario Ellie for 3 here. Here we go.
Mario Ellie's
Shot's a little
cold,
short.
man. I know
Short
how
and it's
that
going
feels,
wide
Mario.
left. Oh, and
Oof.
that's, shout outs to my boy Anthony that plays
Yep,
in our
shades of
basketball.
Anthony.
Because the dude straight up snowbird.
Yeah.
That was a snowbird play. Utah takes a 63-56 lead as Rockets have to call a timeout. They're literally running away with it here. The game has just been, it's gone Utah's pace from the looks of it, obviously. A lot of flopping.
John Stockton's flopping so much.
Yeah, a lot of
man.
flopping. Tons of flopping. 15 points, 6 assists, 6 of 7 from the field. John Stockton just picking his moments and picking
Doing
them
John
properly.
Stockton things.
Exactly.
Look at
Hate it.
Hakeem. Let's see the action right here.
Oh, great move. Great move. Pass
To
to Matt Maloney. Gotta hit it. Need it.
Let's go, Matt. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. I love me some Matt Maloney.
Matty Ice. Ice in his veins. Oh, we're doing it 3 times. Okay, I didn't know. 63-59. Rockets
how we always
down
hit it,
by
but my
4.
apologies.
No, we hit it.
I don't remember.
We hit it twice.
You're probably right.
Well, we can make it 3. That's fine.
It's
it makes sense
it's probably
to hit
better
it
to
3.
do it twice.
No, probably.
Ooh, is that a
Hit
foul?
it 3 times, but Karl Malone with a little
Illegal
fade.
defense where?
What's on
What?
defensive 3? They're calling defensive 3 seconds
It's
on
called
who?
probably like a zone, a faux zone. But that's bullshit. I mean, I don't know. That's a bad call.
No,
But
that's
at
not
the
a
end of the
good
day, in the NBA, today's NBA, that's an okay thing.
No.
But there was
Yeah.
such thing as illegal defense back in the day.
It's true. Good call.
Like
So
delay of game.
They did call illegal defense here. Who shot that free throw? Was that
Jeff Hornacek.
Was that Horny? Okay.
That was certainly Jeff Hornacek. Had to be. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. YouTube, everyone who's listening, roast me if I was wrong.
Rest in peace, Jerry Sloan, the Utah Jazz coach who they just showed here.
Who Kenny's favorite player, Darren Williams, ousted from the job.
I don't care what anyone says, man. Darren Williams was a
He was a
bucket.
beast.
Dude, Darren Williams was a goddamn
Double
bucket.
team. Look
I
at
hated
that.
playing against them, but I love this game.
Great defense.
Great
the energy
defense
from
on the
this
Rockets.
team.
Matt Maloney.
Ostertag.
Yep. On a fadeaway
That is what
away
you-
from the basket. Matt Maloney putting his hands and keeping him active. Come on, dude.
Great defense by the Rockets. I love
Great
it.
pass. Great pass. Great lead in. Matt Maloney. So he did a faux drive going left, which led a little seam to Hakeem to get past Ostertag, as Ostertag was looking to double Maloney on the drive to give Hakeem an easy seam to get fouled.
Yep. Love
Great
it.
play.
I mean, you can defend that.
No, you
If you're
can't.
Greg Ostertag.
I wouldn't double Matt Maloney. I would gladly let Matt Maloney drive. You don't
Yeah, man.
The
I
seam
mean,
to
hey,
Hakeem.
you let Matt Maloney go into the land of the Giants. But you see the way this offense is ran. The offense is ran. Hakeem, Charles Barkley, they do what they're supposed to do, and go from there. That's all.
Okay.
Hakeem, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. You know what? I like that, man. That's a good thing.
Hey, man. That's a good setup here. So 64-60, third quarter here. Jeez, look at that. I mean, free throw discrepancy. I mean, there's not much discrepancy at all. They're both shooting about the same amount of free throws. I think Utah's shooting 1 more than the Rockets.
Yeah.
So they're got that post up with Hakeem. Here we go. Post up. Jump shot
Let's
with
go,
Hakeem. Easy.
Dream.
Too easy.
Easy bucket
Too easy.
for our boy Dream,
It's
man.
too easy. It's too easy
It's
out
true.
here against these young bloods.
6 minutes left in the third. Rockets down 2, man. I mean,
They tacked off a 6-1 run. You can appreciate that.
I love it. Rockets are 6 of 10 from the. Wow! He had a free lane.
That was too
MVP Karl
easy.
Malone, and he botched
that was
it.
too easy. Hakeem.
What?
Hakeem almost like he slid the chair and kind of went away at the last second to make him
Unbelievable.
uncomfortable.
Let Charles Barkley. I like how Hakeem's standing out at the 3-point line. It's just like, oof.
Oh,
Charles
okay.
Barkley with the backboard.
Little fadeaway action with it, and it worked.
Apparently,
Charles
the
Barkley.
bank is open. The bank is open, man.
It's only open in Houston at what 8? I guess would be 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m. at night.
Mm-hmm.
So great play. Rockets take the lead on that fadeaway by Charles Barkley. Great play. Karl Malone playing great defense. I mean, there's nothing you could do about that. You just you have to tip the cap. You're not blocking it. You're not blocking that type of play. So it's my mistake. It's actually tied 64-64 for 5 minutes left to play.
What an arcing shot.
Hakeem? Dude,
and the starters are still in the game, dude.
Yeah, all the starters
are still in the game. I wonder when the bench is going to come in.
Rockets have not led today.
Come on,
wow.
Hakeem.
Do we take the lead here? Great double.
That is okay. Yeah. That's our ball, man. Howard Isley.
What can you tell me about Howard Isley?
Nothing. I don't remember much about Howard Isley.
You said it so confidently.
I can tell you that Shandon Anderson, former Utah Jazz member, became a Houston Rocket in 1999.
I do remember Shandon Anderson.
Yeah, and I hated Shandon Anderson.
Well, he was great in
really
NBA give and go.
He was really good for them.
Yeah.
The Jazz.
Oh, great.
Shoot it.
Great pass by
Charles
Barkley.
Malone,
left side of the rim.
That was a great pass by Maloney.
Good bullet pass to Charles.
Yeah. What? Loose ball. I guess Eddie Johnson's coming in. Or Sadell Threet.
Yep.
Who I don't know. I don't exactly remember who was the backup here, but it was either Sadell Threet or Eddie Johnson.
Lardy with his fourth foul.
Eddie Johnson. I told you, Rockets Twitter's favorite hater.
All right.
Eddie Johnson.
Let the people know. Eddie Johnson obviously is a very polarizing figure in the Rockets community today, but people tend to forget what he did in 1997. Dude was a bucket.
Yeah, he was definitely a bucket
finals.
for the Rockets. So I mean, at that point in time, it's a different world, man. And it's Eddie Johnson was something else back in the day. Despite everything that he's done so far in terms of slandering Houston, Charles Barkley. He played with so much energy back then.
Dare I say? Do you call it? No, people may crucify me for this, but do we call Charles Barkley a little bit of a Chris Paul in 2018? Just a guy who was hungry and really, really wanted it.
I don't know in terms of effect.
Not effect, but just that guy that had the want.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Paul unfortunately got hurt. Yeah. Charles Barkley did, it.
But they had similar impacts.
Yes.
To the team.
I would say
Rockets
that.
on a 10-1 run so far, by the way.
I would argue that CP3 was probably a better player, but don't crucify me there.
At that juncture in their career,
the older heads might disagree with me.
That's just
that was a bad shot.
That was a terrible shot.
That's
Why would you shoot? I know that's Clyde's game, but that was not a good shot. Rockets do have a 2-point lead, though, for the first time in the game. 66-64 with 3.5.
These starters are tired,
left to play.
Hakeem is dragging. What a hack by
great
Hakeem.
Hack.
Get the steal.
Get it to Clyde. Easy dunk action. Clyde makes it look so easy.
Kevin Willis, Matt Bullard. Shout-outs to them, man.
That was so awesome. What a play. Holy crap. That was insane. Clyde Drexler on a fast break. A little tip action by Hakeem Olajuwon to get his former U of H man the dunk. Rockets up 4.
That hustle by Charles, man. That does not go unnoticed. It's certainly a huge thing.
Oh, wow.
What a steal.
So Hakeem did get beat, but he just knew what he hit a little poke check action and he just got it.
Yep.
68-64 here.
Matt
Are all the starters still in the game?
No, Eddie Johnson's in the game.
Yeah, except for but
I'm surprised that Kevin Willis isn't seeing the floor, but I think it's because the Rockets have momentum in terms of what they're doing, and I think that Rudy is trying to ride it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's totally understood. I get that.
So 68-66, under 3 left to play. Matt Maloney, another wide open 3.
Let's go, Matt! Boom, boom, boom.
1, 2, 3. Dang it, Justin. We have to make up your mind.
Sorry.
I said 3.
2 is easier than 3.
71-66. Matt Maloney with a big 3. That was sick from the corner. Charles Barkley here getting posted up by Karl Malone. Great defense, but these are just two power forwards going to work on each other like it was the 92 Olympics.
Did anyone see that crazy stat, though? The Rockets were 5 of 16 from the 3, while the Utah Jazz were 0 of 1. Unbelievable. 1997.
What a time to be alive.
And the Rockets were ahead of their time.
Oh,
and
great play. Oh, Clyde.
Great drive by Clyde, though.
What a play, dude. Like, he's so old here, but, like, his athleticism was still out of this world. Do you see his head was almost at the rim? Like that, jumping off that 1 foot. Like, his head was almost at the rim. That was
Matt
nuts.
Maloney, man. He earned that contract in 1997. You know, he didn't play so great in 1998, but man, Matt Maloney was something else, man.
I mean, how do you not pay? I mean, imagine living in this time and seeing, imagine if Matt Maloney existed in 2022 and we were in the Western Conference Finals and he's hitting big threes, you obviously want to sign him. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you're in your contract.
8 points, 5 of 6, 2 of 3.
Now, the Kelvin Cato situation is a whole nother ballgame.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a preseason game.
Hitting big threes in the West Conference Finals against, the Utah Jazz. Obviously, you're in your contract. So Matt Maloney just doing work constantly for these guys. Rockets, they just flipped it. They were down 7. Now they're up 7, 73-266. Big time stuff happening here. GM, great move by Isley.
Hakeem, man.
I don't know who he is, but he just hit a left-handed layup.
He was the backup point guard of the Jazz at that point.
This is riveting stuff.
I'm curious to see when we see some backups because, I think, in my opinion, I'm just like, dude, these guys need a break. Like, to be honest.
Well, could you argue maybe that's what gassed them out in Game 6?
That's certainly possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, you had to bring up Game 6.
Yeah,
it just breaks me, man. I don't want to.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about it, but
But you don't give Brian Russell that space.
Yeah, man, and they finally hit a 3. Their first 3 of the game.
Brian Russell hits
at the end of the third quarter.
73-71 Rockets lead.
Great drive by Clyde, man.
And why do I feel like Clyde can do that anytime he wants? He's just picking his moments.
Well, I mean, the guy was old. Let's be completely transparent here.
Clyde Drexler with a beautiful. When he shoots that when he goes right and forces himself right and kind of does this and he just turns and goes like that, it's such a beautiful layup.
Look at the movement here, man. Like, it's just the game is just a lot slower than. What a great cut!
Great cut.
Is that Jeff Hornacek? Great
Utah
cut,
Jazz
man.
basketball, and I hate to see it.
They got Hakeem with his eyes off, whomever.
Jalen Green, do we like that play? No.
Jalen Green said no, man.
I'm going to carry Jalen Green for
Clyde gets it to Hakeem. Let's see what happens.
If he hits
here.
A shot, you better get ready because stuff's
about
to happen.
That was an up and down.
That's an up and down. Oh, but they're not going to call it. I like it. I'm here for it.
Let the boys play is what they say,
Let the boy cook. Charles Barkley with a little fade away.
Oof.
Do we like that Jalen Green?
He got the space, to be completely honest, but it's just unfortunate.
It was a tough play overall. I think Charles Barkley got away also with a little bit of a travel action because I don't think he was set up. Yeah. But that was just a great pass. That's just Utah Jazz, a Jerry Sloan run, 1990s offense. Hate to see it. It was a great basketball play, though. Gotta respect it. Rudy T, coaching on his team. Rockets are only up 2 with 33 seconds left to play here. Rockets got a little 2-for-1 action, though, so they'll get the ball back. Dang. Brian Russell back-to-back threes. Utah Jazz take the lead. It's 76-75. Under 24 left to play. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. They're about to take it up here. Hopefully the Rockets can get a big shot to end the quarter and ultimately take the lead going into the fourth. I don't know what's going to happen.
Eddie Johnson, always ready to take the 3. I know how you feel, brother.
Jeez Louise. Clyde Drexler, look, Charles Barkley from the top of the key, though. Getting
My
hacked.
man, Charles Barkley.
He's getting hacked. Little 3-on-2. Little 3-on-2 action.
Wow.
No, you can't call a foul on that, though. What are we calling a foul on?
He was trying to say that there was a foul on the previous play.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the third quarter is over.
Man, that's some demonstrative behavior by Charles Barkley, man.
He wants it. You said it yourself. So we're into the fourth quarter here.
So we see Sadell Threet, I think, is in the game. Kevin Willis is in the game. Hey, Kevin Willis
Great defense.
And Hakeem, man.
Great help. Great help on Hakeem's part.
Clyde and Hakeem, man. The two guys, the two champs. Still
you lean on him. You lean on him. That's who you lean on. Great help by Hakeem. So initially, Willis had the initial block.
Kevin Willis, man, he made a visit when the OBL visited Atlanta.
Yes.
Kevin Willis was there, yeah.
He was. That's right. Atlanta legend, man. Kevin Willis.
Absolutely.
As a fly is in my face.
Is that Jeff Foster? Is that his name? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Only 3 on Hakeem, man. That's great.
You take it. You take it when you can get it.
So
it looks good. John Stockton taking the ball up here. He wants to create something, create a good play. He's getting the elbow all to himself. What does he think he is? Kevin Porter Jr.?
Jesus.
Passes it to Karl Malone. That's
that
just
was way too easy, man.
You know what that is, man? That's the mailman. That's what he does. John Stockton to Karl Malone, dude. It's bread and butter, dude. That's what it is.
Wow. John Stockton
has to give up a foul. There's nothing you can do. Hakeem.
Yeah, John's. They're not going to give him. They're not going to give him the easy bucket.
Of course.
But look at this, dude.
That's just they've done that their whole career.
Yep.
So that was a little fade action, which led to a roll,
bro.
which led to a quick roll. It was a pin on Karl Malone on the left side, and then he went straight to the rim. John Stockton just found him perfectly. He was too fast. Nothing the Rockets could do. That was an easy layup.
Absolutely. Great free throw make by Hakeem.
Hakeem, in my opinion, and I want to know what you think, was robbed of such a crazier career if he played in today's era. Not today's era, but like where like the 3-point shot was encouraged by a center. You know what I mean?
He can go both ways. I mean, he could have probably hit threes back then too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if he played more like towards this era.
But the man thrived in the post. The question is, would he get as many post touches?
That's true.
Would the offense be as slow enough to help him? But at the same time, Hakeem could affect everything. His defense was amazing.
Well, I call him
nobody could touch him.
I call him an every era player. You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know in terms of effect, but I believe that Hakeem is probably the greatest center of all time in terms of the fact that he can do everything. But there is a difference in terms of everyone thinks of winning. People may put Kareem at the top, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell, even Shaquille O'Neal. But guys like Shaq, guys like Michael Jordan that played in that era would pick Hakeem, to be completely honest. So, at that people
Kevin Willis
to,
getting a little salty. I like it.
Discredit former players.
Yeah.
But when you've played against the best, you kind of understand that feeling.
Of course.
When we play against players on our own basketball court, we give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And people might not want to hear it, but that's kind of just how it be.
Yeah, of course. So, Utah up 1, still 78-77. It's becoming a dogfight here, and it's going to be a dogfight. Look, they're at
the rest of the game.
Yeah, the rest of the game. And I think at this point, they're not. It's not the Summit anymore. It's the Compact Center at this point, right?
I believe it is the Compact Center, but I'm not completely certain
it's
yet.
Still I'm pretty certain it's the Compact Center.
I can tell you one thing. It's certainly not Lakewood Church yet.
That's for sure. So, post up, great pass. Oh, my goodness. The Utah's just... Oh, but great defense. Holy
great block by Dream.
Mama jamma.
Sadell 3.
Great play.
Wow,
that was
he's
terrible
like, I need
shot.
to take a shot, man. My man said he need to take a shot.
Horrible.
If you're going to take a shot, take a 3, bro.
Well,
but
if you're going to shoot a midi, at least be open when you shoot it. You weren't even open. Like, it was a terrible shot.
He was a decent 3-point shooter back then.
Yeah, but it was a running pull-up 2 from 20 feet away.
I would never do it. I'm a shooter, but I wouldn't do that.
With a guy in your face.
I wouldn't do that.
Dude.
Oh, that's got to go.
John Stockton. Shoot that ball. All day, Johnny boy. All day, John. Shoot that 3. So... Rockets take a timeout here. Utah up 78-77. Fourth quarter, 9:23 left to play. They're going to pin Hakeem Olajuwon once again. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's not it. Wait, that is Hakeem. Yes, that is Hakeem. Hakeem!
Let's go. Hakeem's looking for that and one, man.
A little slower, but, man, dude, the first step is still there. Like, jeez
Rockets get the lead back. 1-point lead.
Tick for tack, man. This is going to be the type of game. I like it.
Mario Ellie's back in the game. He replaced Clyde. And I promise you we're going to end up seeing probably Charles Barkley replacing Hakeem. So Kevin Willis can still play.
Kevin Willis on a second
Kevin Willis was a G, man, in Atlanta back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he gets...
Here we go. Here we go.
Him his flowers here.
Here we go. What? Really? Wow. Hakeem's going to play the whole half?
Hakeem's going to play the whole half.
How many minutes was Kevin Willis on the floor?
And I'm sure Tom Jonovich, it's not on his call. I'm sure he's letting Hakeem pick his spots. Hakeem's probably wanting to stay in the game.
Well, he knows that they're down the series, and it's hard to come back from 3-1 deficit.
You need the win.
You need it, and he's gonna go with his stud.
Exactly.
Hakeem, man. See, I don't know what the defense was and who was supposed to be switch, but
you're seeing the breakdowns happen.
Yes, you're seeing it. Everyone's tired, man. This is the product of tired legs.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that is what happens.
So
Charles
Karl
Barkley on
Malone.
Malone.
Karl Malone in the post here.
Great
defense.
And he's still
great defense.
Oh, wow, they called the foul.
No, that is not what?
They called the foul.
No, where are we calling it?
Mario Ellie with
where
his
are we
fifth
calling
foul,
it?
Man, that's not a good call.
No, but where are we calling it? What is that, an over the back? Like, what are we calling it?
Yeah.
Like, where? There? Okay, where does Mario Ellie foul? Over the back? Where are we calling over the back? Oh, 2 hands and he extended. Yeah, okay, that's a foul. Mario Ellie should not extend the 2 hands. If you're going to do it, do a quick bump and lay off.
Yeah.
So you could sell it better, but that's okay. I mean, look, he was doing it at the heat of the moment. So this is what ultimately opens the door for Eddie Johnson here because of his 5th foul.
Yep.
Okay. So we're seeing it happen. Utah
in real time. Not really.
Foster hits his free throws, 80-79. Jazz up one under. Look, we have Hakeem in the post
This is the
here.
Rockets' 8-man rotation.
Oh!
Wow. That's some old school right there by Dream, man.
Oh! Oh my God! That was a dunk. Hakeem
Yep.
Olajuwon just dunked it. Quick spin move going right. Straight to the rim, dunks the ball. John Stockton returns the favor with the worst shot in NBA history. Thus far away, too. Foot in front of the
An
three-point line.
18-footer, man.
It's a terrible shot. You don't know. Foot in front of the line. That's like a 20-footer. That's a terrible
Possibly.
shot. Great
And they just
spin
cannot.
move.
They cannot guard him.
But this is what makes Hakeem one of the greats. It's like he looked slow, but as the game gets, he just looks quicker.
They're trying to call the foul on the elbow by Jeff Foster or Scott.
Horrible shot. Horrible shot.
Yeah.
A foot in front of the line. Horrible shot. I'm sorry. I know John Stockton made a living there, but that is.
But the
a
mid-range
horrendous
ain't
shot.
dead, baby.
But take one step back and it's one more point.
Yep, it's true.
I'm not gonna argue. John Stockton shoot those all day, buddy.
Dream, man.
Hakeem Olajuwon just doing what he does. He's getting stronger as the game wears on. That's why he's Hall of Famer. That's why he's highly touted as one of the greatest centers of all
Dream.
time. Just as he misses a free throw, just as I'm giving him all the flowers in the world. Goodness gracious. Hakeem with 23 points in this game tonight. So his numbers about similar, 23 in the season, 22
Yeah,
in the
it's right
playoffs.
where it's supposed to be.
So
That's relatively low for Dream.
it's actually very low because in the playoffs you'll see him kind of hover around 30. So
Yep.
definitely older. The knees are definitely not there. Definitely not what he once was. The burst isn't there. It's not as strong. So Rockets are tied with the Jazz 82-82. John Stockton takes the ball at the top of the key here. Pass it to, man.
Hakeem with another
Great
block, man. Loose ball foul.
Hakeem's just not. He's just defending that paint, dude. His recovery time, impressive.
This is the Hakeem of the past.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
he's definitely turning back the clock
Yeah,
here.
we did lose that series. We did lose this series, but man, like Hakeem showing what he does. As Eddie Johnson
It is Eddie Johnson.
taking the tech.
Jim, is this how it feels to have a two-way player? Oh my God.
Oh, Ken, let's not talk about two-way players because one of your favorite players on the squad who hasn't even played an NBA game is considered a pretty viable two-way player.
Two-way
Great
talent,
defense.
Jabari Smith, my son.
That's
can't
not,
wait.
That's not a foul.
I can't
though.
wait to see Jabari Smith knock a three on one end and block a shot on the other. I can't wait.
I miss this NBC music. Good old John Tesh. Love me some John Tesh.
You didn't do your dance.
Oh man,
Ah,
I'm
you
pretty
didn't do it.
I'm pretty lax right now. I'm not gonna lie
He's
to
in a
you.
comfortable spot. If you're watching the video, he's literally laid back. Like I'm focused in.
It doesn't mean I'm not focused either.
In. He's just laying back like this. He's like, I already know we're gonna win. So, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Greg Foster. I said Jeff. Did I say Jeff?
Jeff Foster.
I said
who is
Jeff.
Jeff Foster? Who is the referee?
Scott.
Scott Foster. Jeff Foster was a
Screw that
center.
guy.
Jeff Foster was a
Jeff
center.
Saturday.
Jeff Saturday was a center on a football team, but there was a Jeff Foster that was a center on an NBA team.
Probably the Pacers, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that might be it. Oof, man, look at that hustle by them, man. Gather the defensive rebound.
That was a great shot. Ultimately, didn't fall their way. So Utah's going to take the ball back here. Time left to play.
So no Matt Maloney still. So deal 3 is still in the game. Look at this defense, man. This switches. Oh
Great
man,
switches,
see,
but
Clyde
man,
got
Clyde
lost
just missed.
right
Yep,
there.
Clyde got lost. That's
Clyde
just a
got
mistake.
lost in the
and
cement
I think
mixer,
everyone,
dude.
well, and I think everyone, as Charles Barkley makes a great rebound, they're looking so hard on the inside because of the threat that Karl Malone creates that they would rather give up the outside than give up the inside. So it seems like their focus more is to double on the inside or triple on the inside as much as possible.
Of course.
When you have someone like Karl Malone, but it leaves you susceptible to plays like that.
Where was the foul here? Oh wow,
It's the elbow.
Charles.
They're talking smack. Karl Malone and Charles Barkley. This is 90s, man.
Look at that flop by Charles, man. What a flop.
This is 90s basketball, man. This is what I'm here for. I'm here for it. Charles Barkley takes the first free throw. I mean,
Ball don't lie.
I thought it was a great
It was a real foul, man.
I thought it was a great. It was a great flop. You know what? You know who? The guy I compared to. You know who would do the same thing? Chris Paul. I'm just saying.
Dude, look at these numbers. 17, 13, and 3. Jeff Hornacek is hurt. Sorry, bro. You'll be on the Rockets bench soon enough.
Jeez, like 24 years after from then.
Jeez.
So Charles Barkley, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Like you said, the man wants it.
18 points.
Shades of Chris Paul against the Utah Jazz in Game 5.
Touche.
Just killing it.
The hustle was there.
85-82. Rockets lead by 3. They want this game. They need to tie this game to stay with a leg up in this series. Can't go 3-1. Can't go 3-1 against the Utah Jazz.
Trying to get Karl Malone. Oh, and then
There's great defense being played there. Great defense being played. He wanted to slip past it into the lane on the cutting. But
there's
could not get it. Could not get it. And Jerry Sloan is upset.
You cannot get kicked out the game.
Give him the tech. Give him the tech. Give Jerry Sloan the tech. Why aren't we teching him?
That was more demonstrative than the last tech.
Yes.
So I'll say that.
I'm just saying. 85-82. Rockets up 3.
Look at these passes back
post
to
repost.
Dream.
Hakeem Olajuwon in the post here. That was one of the few times where I would have.
Yeah,
one of the few times where I would have wanted him to kick it out there, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some.
Oh,
you
wow.
Don't win them all. Hakeem with the hustle and right back.
Got back in there on the other end. What a play to get back. I didn't see
Eddie
the foul.
Johnson's probably just mad he hasn't touched the ball in like 6 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you want Hakeem to kind of look out more, not a lot of the time, but just a little bit more,
Yeah.
You'd like to see that. So Karl Malone, his first free throw, wow, for the night. Jeez Louise. Karl Malone, I do miss those. Wacky wailing inflatable arm flailing tube men. So Karl Malone, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He's going to go for another one here. Let's see. Can he make it 2 for 2? Crazy that these are his first free throws of the night.
Unbelievable, to be honest with you.
Someone that gets as physical as he does. Rockets are up 1. It's 5:40 left to play here. There's a ton of time left to be played. It's still anyone's game. Still anyone's game.
You're trying to get it to Hakeem. You got to work it around. Try to work it around.
Find the angles because
because
if the first angle isn't going to work, you have to look at the other angles. I know you want
if the first one don't get you, then the right one will.
Yep. You always have to look at the counters.
Oh, that was probably the wrong call.
So every time we look at the players in the middle, like when we play league ball, when we play against the 2-3 zone, I always look for the player that's in the middle. So if I don't see that play, if they're covering it, I pass it to the other person on the wing so he could see it.
Exactly. It's about patience.
You come up with the counter play if the first play isn't working.
You preach patience, man. You preach patience.
You got to find the spot.
Absolutely.
So Hakeem Olajuwon at the free throw line here. Trying to get the Rockets up 3. Let's hope it happens. No, it does not. Hakeem Olajuwon.
I call it tired legs, man.
Dead dog tired, man.
Tired legs.
Dead dog tired. Hakeem
Olajuwon.
Olajuwon.
He's put it out on the floor, man.
He is. He's doing a great job. There you go. He hits the second one, though, so Rockets are up 2 now. There's a ton of time left to be played here. 86-84, 5:25 left to play in the fourth quarter. Anybody's game. Karl Malone in the post. That was actually a great setup on the Jazz part, but Charles Barkley, I think that was a good foul. Because they got to their spot perfectly. He got what he wanted, and you're susceptible to giving up an easy layup or maybe a fadeaway by Karl Malone, but that was a great play by Utah to get themselves set up. Oh, no, I didn't know they were over the limit. So now they're at the free throw line. Oh, wait, no, they're not over the limit. So what was the foul?
I don't remember. It might have been a T.
How's that not a T?
Maybe Rudy.
Hornacek literally batted the ball away from the ref. How's that not a tech? The 90s,
Jeff
man.
Hornacek, Utah.
The 90s,
Utah Jazz
man.
can get away with anything.
You could really get away with anything. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. So, John Stockton, pick and roll action. Too easy. Too easy. I mean, that's...
Shooter's roll, man.
That's too easy. John Stockton doing his best Chris Paul impression.
Game tied, 86 up with 5 minutes left in the game. Crazy time, man. What a crazy time this was. This is a great game, I'm not going to lie. Battle of attrition. Always said it.
Insanity. Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh!
Like my man got dead-legged.
Yeah, dead-legged, but he got tripped.
My question is, where was everybody to pick him up?
Everyone's exhausted, man. Does everyone have the strength to get over to Hakeem? So Hakeem fell, and no one helped him up. He helped himself up. So I don't think anyone had the strength to run up to him at this point.
Brian Russell, Carl, sorry.
Third
Michael
personal.
Jordan's favorite
Hakeem
enemy.
back at the line. I need 2 of 2. Come on, Hakeem. You're capable. I know you are. Give me 2 of 2. There you go. That's 1. Give me one more.
It's exactly what we needed. Take advantage of the moments, you know what I mean?
71% in the playoffs, 79 during the season, 8 of 11 today. There we go. Give me 2 of 2.
9 of 12, baby.
This is what I wanted, GM.
That's
I
what I
wanted
want to
this.
see, man. That's what I want to see.
I wanted this. Rockets up 88 to 86. 4:50 left to play. GM, don't get too excited.
Oh, man, it's really hard to contain my enthusiasm currently, you know what I mean?
It's
extremely hard.
If you notice, it's the same play. John Stockton on the left elbow with the Karl Malone pick and roll. When that play doesn't work, they have a counter
great
play.
pass. That's a goaltend, but it's okay.
Okay, I'll take
Are they
it.
going to foul?
I will take it. Great play.
Let's go! Great pass by
Great
Clyde.
play, Clyde.
Welcome back to the game, Mario Ellie, man. Sitting out most of the game.
90 to 86, 4:20 left to play. Clyde Drexler on a fast break, had nowhere to go, went up and saw a trailing Mario Ellie for an easy layup. Rockets up 490 to 86. You cannot ask for anything better than that. That's how you play. You play great defense on one end so you can have an easy play on the offensive end. That's what you do. Actually, that wasn't going down. That is not.
It looked like it was a goaltend.
I don't think so. It looked like it was still up. It wasn't coming down just yet. Every foul from here on in is free throw, so John Stockton back at the free throw line.
Yep. 5th for Dream.
Oh wow! So that got drawn up pretty quickly.
My man was riding.
Do they have the gall to give him 6 fouls though? Do they have the gall?
We'll wait and see, Kenny.
Oh, so GM, I'm wrong. It is still the Summit on the side of the rim. It's
It
the
is still
Summit.
Summit. Awesome. Because 1998 or 1999 was compact. Center.
Shoutouts to our namesake. So Hakeem Olajuwon back in the post once again. Low floater. Oh,
Ooh.
just not enough.
He was right there. That was an easy look, I would say.
That was
for
an
Dream.
easy look, but that's tired legs, man. That hook shot was short. So when the hook shot, when any of your shots are short, the legs are dead.
Dream is exhausted.
Yeah, John Stockton on the left elbow. He's just doing it's the same. It's a similar play every time.
John
John
Stockton's
Stockton's in the left elbow.
Well, let's warn a sec. And then look, they get it past to Stockton.
Yep.
Stockton.
Great defense on Maloney. Great defense on Matt Maloney.
Stockton is so good,
Yeah,
man.
you can't do anything about that. But that was good defense. Matt Maloney was there. Matt Maloney was there. Rockets up 90 to 89 with 3:33 left to play.
Yeah.
It's the call timeout. Game's back in here. Here we go. Charles Barkley says, "Yo, it's my turn. I want to get some post action." Good pass. Pass to Mario Ellie. Passes it back to Maloney. Passes it to Hakeem. Little post repost action. Over to Maloney. 5 left to shoot. Mario Ellie for 3. Give it to me. Oh. Maybe not.
I've been there. I've been there, Mario. Trust me.
Well, that wasn't just a miss.
I know
it was
those
a
struggles.
pretty bad miss.
It was bad. We've
Back
all been
right
there.
side of the rim. Same play. John Stockton on the left elbow. I guess that's where they like to cook. Left elbow. Same exact action on a pick and roll. They missed the play.
That was a
Clyde.
great shot,
Clyde
though.
is just. Clyde's missing assignments on the defensive end. I've noticed. I guess he just has his eyes mainly in the paint because he's not getting to the guys that are on the outside. He's missing quite a few assignments.
Yeah.
So, Charles Barkley in the post once again.
Trying to get
Great
someone else
defense,
but
played by
Dream,
Karl
because
Malone.
Dream's tired. But
Yeah,
hey,
Charles
man.
Barkley could not hit that hook shot. Karl, you can't move Karl. That's the thing. You can
Yeah,
only
Karl
go
Malone is
around
built
him.
like a bear. Shout out
Yeah.
to Shea Serrano. He, in his basketball book, he said Karl Malone versus a bear, who would win? And
question.
I don't remember the answer, but man, that was a
I
great
don't know,
book.
but that was great defense.
Oh, great defense! Let's go, Mario!
I like that.
He dipped his
like
hands
that.
in the cookie jar, and he got one. My man got one.
Good play. All right, Matt Maloney,
2:08 left.
90 to 89. GM, what play are they going to drop here? Oh, well.
Go
we
to
already-
Dream in the post.
Dream in the post.
The usual.
The usual.
Oh, wow.
Hook shot in and out. Charles Barkley gets it back with a putback dunk. Justin, I'm
Wow.
telling you, I did not realize how similar Charles Barkley and Chris Paul are. They wanted it. They both
Charles
wanted
had
it.
that. He had that extra want.
Yeah,
man.
there was that extra one. You talked
What
about
about
it.
foul on the
Shot's
floor?
not going to count. Shot is not going to count. You're going to earn it from the free throw line. Great
That
play.
elbow. See how Dream
Oh,
uses the elbow, man.
This was a day game, huh? This must have been a day
No.
game. You sure?
Wow, how does Malone miss that, man?
I don't know. Falls right to Charles Barkley's lap. And kudos to Charles for not going back on D, like for kind of there.
Well, the man's the round amount of rebound for a reason, my friend.
What a name.
Mario fouled out. That's
Mario
why.
fouled out.
That's why Eddie Johnson stayed in the game.
Okay.
He finished the game.
I was always wondering how he ended up finishing the game, and it makes a lot of sense. 1 for 2. Here we go. Rockets lead by 2, 92-90. 138 left to play here. What do we got? What's cooking? GM?
Let it pass by
the
Clyde
usual.
Dream.
Here we go. Pass it back to Hakeem. High post action. 5 left to play. Hakeem, make a move. Four shot. That's what I mean. What else could he do?
He was put in a
2
bad
seconds
position.
left to shoot.
He was put in a bad position.
That's a James Harden play. Sometimes.
It's true.
Yeah.
How many times did James
Harden,
put like Pat Beverly or Trevor Reeves in a bad
Joe
spot?
Green, yeah.
Every time.
Eric Gordon. It's a tie game. 107
92.
What are we gonna do, GM?
I don't know, man. All I'm gonna say is just keep watching. You never know. If you haven't seen this game, then keep your eyes glued to the screen, man. It's a great game.
We saw the usual.
Jump the ball to Dream. There you go. See, we got Matt Maloney at the top. Get the ball to Clyde, and then get the ball back to Dream. Easily.
Here we go.
Run that motion.
Straight play.
Charles cutting. But hey, man, unfortunately, Dream lost the ball.
Dream lost the ball.
It happens.
Was legal
it's okay.
Defense. Yeah, that was good defense.
Yeah.
John Stockton gets to the left elbow. It's the same damn play every time. Wow. It's left elbow. Same play. Matt Maloney caught. And they really don't want to switch.
Extra chances.
Yeah. Oh, Matt
Great
Maloney.
hustle by Maloney,
Great
man.
hustle, Matt. But every time Matt gets caught in a pick, man, it gets hard because you don't want to switch.
Exactly.
Because Charles can't keep up with John Stockton. They would just pin Maloney on Malone, so you don't want to do that. 7-second shot clock. Here we go. It's for the game here. Do they want it? Brian
Russell.
was
a great shot.
Nothing.
By Brian Russell. Great shot.
Great setup for him. Wow. Charles Barkley gets the rebound, and GM.
We are so lucky that shot didn't go down.
The chance to win.
All right,
6 seconds left to play. Here we go. GM, make the call.
Clyde Drexler, back to Matt Maloney, back to Eddie Johnson for 3 at the buzzer, and it's good!
I'm gonna have to edit that after a while too, because he got really into the mic.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
What
a play!
That was so good. I remember watching this live as a kid, and I will tell you, this is one of the greatest moments I've ever witnessed as a Rockets fan. To see it live.
I did not.
Eddie Johnson high stepping. That was amazing.
Jeez, Louise.
Look at Jim Gray right in the middle of that.
I've seen this play thousands of times, but never in its entirety from watching the game to this moment. Insanity. Wow.
Matt Maloney, man. To Eddie Johnson.
I mean, it didn't even touch rim. Eddie Chance, man. Well deserved.
Absolutely.
I mean, it didn't even touch rim. Eddie Johnson looked shocked. Like the first 2 seconds, he was shocked.
Charles Barkley, the first guy to Eddie Johnson, scoops him up.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. It looked good.
I love seeing the reactions of everybody.
It looked good from the outset. Wow. What a play. I love this
bench,
team.
Man.
This Rockets team, man.
There's Rudy.
How could you not be romantic about sports?
I just love seeing Rudy run off the court with his fist held up high into the locker room. What a time, man. I'm going to tell you, that was one of the most fun games I've witnessed as a child growing up.
Wow.
Rockets basketball, baby.
Oh, my God.
Clutch buckets, Clutch City. That was probably the last time that Clutch City really rocked until the Harden era.
Insane when you think about it, because we don't... I mean, we make the playoffs, but we really don't make any true noise until the bearded one. Well, I mean...
We did with T-Mac and Yao,
made noise, but we never made, actual
that kind of noise.
Progress into the conference finals until a bearded man ended up coming to Houston.
A bearded individual decided to get, not take an extension and get traded to Houston.
GM, I was so elated just by watching this game, and like I said, it was my first time kind of getting to experience this and firsthand and the game as a whole. But I think we're going to talk about what ultimately caught our attention. I'm going to tell you the 2 things that caught my attention the most. Point number 1, you said it from the beginning that Charles Barkley wanted it.
Yep.
And I could not help, I was so born into the Chris Paul era, James Harden era, that I could not, and I said it, and you've heard me say it, like drink every time I mention Chris Paul and Charles Barkley in the same sentence, but I could not fathom how much Charles Barkley wanted it that year. Yeah. Like, I felt it from that screen. It's been 25 years, and yet I felt the firepower. I felt the dog in Charles Barkley.
The proverbial dog inside
not
Charles
dog,
Barkley.
The proverbial dog in Charles Barkley. So that's point number one of one of the things that stood out. And point number two, which I don't think ever will get said enough, is what made Hakeem so great was his ability to get stronger as the game goes on. What we saw in the third quarter when he was a little slow, but he just knew in the fourth his first move was just a little bit quicker. The shot was short. He's a little older now, so he's not making everything. But the first step got quicker as the game went on. So I think that's just insane. It's like the greatest boxers in the world get stronger during the championship rounds, which are rounds 9 through 12.
Yep.
Hakeem gets stronger in the fourth quarter. His move got quicker. His moves were more decisive. And he made the plays he needed to make, whether they were free throws, passing, making the layups. I mean, he missed a few hook shots here and there, but I mean, those shots were just short because he was tired, but they were his shots. Those are Hakeem.
Yeah, those are the shots you want Hakeem to take.
You'll live with those shots because those are what makes Hakeem famous. So that's point number two. And then, sorry, I do have a point number three before I hand it off to you. Point number three, Matt Maloney was a dog as well. I don't think Matt Maloney will ever get enough credit. That was insane, the amount of defense that he had to play for 48 minutes chasing John Stockton and Karl Malone around, two of some of the greatest players in the entire 90s era, and he didn't only hold his own, but he was able to sink a couple of big threes in the process and just play solid defense, and I think he did the best that he could there. So that was my 2 cents from where I took away this game. GM, what were the ultimate things that when you did kind of taking this trip back to memory lane of 97?
Like you can say it like Charles Barkley, man. Charles Barkley, you can say that he had that Chris Paul dog in him. He wanted to fight because he believed that this was his best chance at a title since '93. Can't beat him, join him, like what Kevin Durant did, and that's what Charles Barkley did. He played very well. Not everything was great, not everything was perfect, but from what I saw, the man played really, really tough defense. That's point one. Point two, you got to give shout-outs to Dream, like you said. Dream was the guy. Shout out to Clyde. Clyde didn't get as many shots either. But everyone played their role in terms of trying to get Dream the ball, because Dream was the one who carried them, And Dream being Dream doing Dream things. But what happens is Dream does Dream things to give opportunities to others. Yeah. Kenny Smith in 95. Mario Ellie in 95 as well. Vernon Maxwell in 94. Big shots after big shots after big shots because of Dream, which gave openings for everybody else. So, shout out to Eddie Johnson. He seized his moment. Game 4 was his time to shine. Mm-hmm. He scored big points in Game 3, but that did not exactly carry over from Game 4. He missed 3 out of his last 4 shots, but he made his 2nd out of 5 to give the Rockets the win. And that's the biggest part about being a professional, is always being ready for the moment, being ready to take the shot. No matter how bad you've played, when you're open, you're ready, you're a sniper, go for it. Eddie Johnson was a very well-renowned three-point shooter throughout his whole career. Mm-hmm. So for him to hit that shot, to be honest with you, I don't know much about his playoff success prior to Houston, but that game alone will forever be cemented as a huge moment in Rockets history, and personally one of my favorite moments.
Absolutely, and definitely one of mine, and it's always there. Anytime you see a highlight package of the Houston Rockets, you're going to see that Eddie Johnson play get played, and it's going to forever be in the brains of Rockets fans throughout history, and the Dream On song, and
absolutely, that high step all the way down full court,
that moment will live on forever. So despite what anyone may think of Eddie Johnson, me, myself, and the GM included, I mean, he will forever be in Rocket lore for the shot.
Absolutely.
The shot that tied the series and gave the Rockets the puncher's chance against the Utah Jazz. So I appreciate that. GM, I appreciate you. I appreciate the fact that you wanted this run it back. I was so happy that we were able to do this and get this back on for the fans, by the fans. And yeah, man, so this was a great episode. I was super excited to get this going. Yeah. GM, any closing thoughts here before we go home here?
No, man. Just thank you for supporting us. we know that it's almost time for the Rockets season. We're excited. We're ready. So everyone just follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JP_Mirabueno. Follow us on Twitter at Summit SOMPOD. Follow us on Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD, and follow the network at Apollo HOU.
Awesome, good stuff. And once again, like I said in the beginning of the episode, you can follow me on Twitter as well at Summit Commish, where you can find anything and everything regarding the Houston Rockets and or all sports and all the shenanigans that follow. So we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Episode 121 coming at you officially now in the books. And so we're going to be chugging along, and the season is going to be incredible, and we're going to start next week. If you continue to follow us, content will be pushed. We're probably going to be pumping 2 episodes probably within the next week or so, 2, maybe even 3 if we really if we really get on it. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be we're going to be on top of it, and we're going to be there, and we're going to take you guys along for the ride. So media day, training camp, preseason, we cannot wait. The big 3 is coming up, and we are going to be the Rockets coverage to get you all the way to the starting line of the 2022-2023 NBA season of our Houston Rockets. GM, I appreciate you. Appreciate you big time, one guy. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all, okay?
Shout out
Jalen
to
Green appreciates each and every one of y'all. Yeah, do we love the Summit fans?
We love Jalen Green.
Yeah, he loves the Summit fans. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your week. Take care, and we will see y'all on Media Day.